Greetings. Today we continue with part 2 of I Pledge Allegiance to the Word. We're considering verse 105 of Psalm 119. If we move to the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23, it says, "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life." In 2 Peter 1:9, it says, "We have a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well that you take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts." 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 16 and 17 declare a fourfold profitability for God's word. It states it's good for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and instruction in righteousness. The lamp unto our feet involves doctrine and reproof, showing us where our feet are. The light unto our path involves correction and instruction in righteousness, showing where our feet should be, including the step-by-step instructions on how to get from where we are to where we ought to be. So let's move to verse 106. "I have sworn and I will perform it, that I will keep thy righteous judgments." The word sworn here means to repeat an oath. Some say 7 times, perfection. Only here in Psalm 119, but it appears in 174 other Old Testament passages. In Genesis 21 and verse 29, it says, "And Abimelech said unto Abram, What mean these 7 ewe lambs which thou hast set by themselves? And he said, For these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of me of my hand, that they may be witness unto me that I have digged this well." Wherefore he called the place Beersheba, because there they swear both of them, the well of the oath of the 7 ewe lambs. The word perform means to be strengthened, to be established, to be made to rise, or to be able to perform. This is the last of 4 uses in Psalm 119, but it appears in almost 600 other Old Testament verses. Psalm 119 verse 28 had said, "My soul melteth for heaviness, strengthen thou me according to thy word." In verse 38, it was translated, "Establish thy word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear." In verse 62, it says, "At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee because of thy righteous judgments." And finally, it's translated perform here in Psalm 106. The word keep, we have seen several times, implying to closely guard and to observe something. David makes an oath to perform God's righteous judgments because they strengthen him, establish him, cause him to rise up and be enabled to perform his oath. So then verse 107 says, "I am afflicted very much. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy word." Appears for the 4th and final time in this psalm. And literally or figuratively, it means something that depresses one, a chastening or a browbeating, etc. David states that he had endured much of this kind of thing. Again, we find the 9th of 16 requests for God to quicken him by means of his word in this psalm. The root word for quicken has to do with life. The concepts of reviving, preserving, recovering, and restoring are variously used. David understood the concept of John 6:63 long before Jesus spoke it. "It is the Spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." Again in John 8, Jesus said to those Jews which believed on him, "If you continue in my word, then are you my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And again in verse 36, he says, if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. And I submit these are the same reasons why we must pledge our allegiance to God's word, just as David did so long ago.